Hello, welcome to the beginning of the year setup for reading eggs and math seeds. During this tutorial, you will learn how to manage students by either selecting them to move them into a classroom or by adding them. So we want to begin first by going in. Once you've logged in under reading eggs, we're going to go to manage students. Once you're in Manage Students, the first thing I want you to do is click on Move Students. Now, if your students have been moved up and rolled over into the next grade level by the administrator for Reading Eggs and Math Seed account, then you can go in and select the students you need. So I'm going to go down here and select some students. And let's see, I'm going to go to the last page because I added some students. So I'm going to go ahead and select John Doe and John Smith. And then I'm going to add to class. And then I'm going to choose my class. And once I've done that, I click add. Now, if I were to go into my classroom and look to see how many students that I have in my class, I have 2. So I have 2 students in my classroom. All right, now, so that was pretty simple to do. Now, the other way that happens in Manage Students, say you've already set your class up, you don't want to go through all these students, you move students, and you're looking for a specific student in your classroom. So say you're looking for Austin, and you want to pick Austin, and you can add him to your class, doing it the same way, but you don't have to go through everybody's name. You can just type in the student's first name. You can also type in the student's last name. Just type in all the Smiths here. And let me undo that one. So all the Smiths come up, and you can choose your Smith and then add him to your class as well. So that's how that's done. Now, instead of adding students and going back and adding more students, go into math, your math season. Once you go to manage students, and I would like to go ahead and move some students over. So what I'm going to do, first of all, you can go ahead and select all the students you want to that need to be in that class. So let me go ahead and select my 2 students. Instead of going through the list, you can do it individually. I know that I have John and John, and so I'm going to add them to my class. Just put them in my math class and add, and there they are. They're added. And as you can see, when you pull their names up under classes, their names are listed in your class. The other thing I want to point out is not to add students unless you've checked that first. Go to manage and then move students, and then check to see if those students are in there first before you go to add any students. And the reason that is when we're talking subscription and the number of subscriptions that our school has each year, now these cost, and you add so many more, so we want to make sure that we're using all of our subscriptions to the best of our abilities. So that means not adding students and duplicating students unnecessarily. So we have a capacity, and right now, as you see, we have a total of 214 students, and we have 210 students. So there are 4 students that are not needed that are on this list because they're not being used in a classroom. So if you do need to add a student, let's go back into Reading Eggs, and you need to add a student because they're brand new to the school. You've already looked to make sure they're not already in our system, and you add their name. So I'm going to go ahead and add Jane Doe is my new student. And I don't have to, you can select the class when you're adding her if you would like to. I'm going to go ahead and do that because this is the first time she's in here. And then that saves me a step. And then I'm going to put her in my classroom, and I'm going to click go. Now, Jane Doe has been successfully added, pops up. And when you want to go into Math Seeds, you do the same thing. In Math Seeds, manage students. And then you go to move students, type in Jane's name, click Jane, add to class, and choose the class, and she will appear in your class. And that's all.